Hello everyone, some videos from Kursk here, and we're going to start off with the destruction of parts of the S-400 SAM system. This video I'm going to play without me talking. I've added some dodgy subtitles to it which are somewhat accurate.
Екіпаж групи «Гарпун» окремого батальйону безпілотних систем в складі зведеного загону БПАК «Джміль» проводив аеророзвідку в районі Курської області. Під час виконання бойового завдання було виявлено дві зенітно-ракетні системи – це С-400 «Тріумф» і ЗРК «Панцир», які забезпечують прикриття С-400.
Copyrighted music plays now in the video, so I'm going to dub it over. The fire team moved into position, but at that moment, a something UAV with a Pantsir anti-aircraft system was shot down. At this point, missiles had already been launched at the coordinates that the downed UAV had managed to transmit. It's already the 7th, 2 of them left. As a result, the S-400 Triumph system sustained critical damage. The success was confirmed the next morning during aerial reconnaissance of the location of the previously identified targets by another UAV. So from what I can gather here, a spotter drone of Ukraine spotted an S-400 SAM system along with a Pantsir SAM system which provided close-range protection. The video says Panzer. That's a mistake with the subtitle app. This is shown here. So, the S-400 battery you can see consists of 4 launchers, a radar vehicle, and then 2 unknown vehicles. One of them might be another radar, as the S-400 uses too, or could be the command vehicle, or just general utility and support vehicles. The Pantsir is set a bit further apart and next to 2 unknown support vehicles. I wonder if one of these could be the command vehicle for this entire battery. It's quite interesting to see the Pantsir deployed to provide close-range protection here. I guess it did do its job to a degree, as it was reported that the spotter drone was actually intercepted by the Pantsir. I think even the operators would have been caught by surprise that one managed to hit something smaller than a Belgorod apartment building. Luckily for Ukraine, the missiles had already been launched at the coordinates provided. 2 missiles launched at it apparently. The person speaking then says that the strike was confirmed by a recon drone. Now, this image here is quite odd. It shows the S-400 system, but much more dispersed than we originally saw. At first I wasn't sure if this was implied to be the aftermath recorded by the recon drone, with some elements destroyed or damaged, and the other elements of the system dispersed to avoid potential cook-offs or a second attack, or if this was a weirdly edited video and this was from earlier, when the S-400 units were gathering together from different places. However, running the screenshot through a translator app, we get this, saying, next day's explorational affected S-400 complex abandoned in the field. Some of the affected installations were pulled back by a tug. These 2 you can see here are in the same position as in the original recon footage, so it seems 2 at least, what looks to be a launcher and a radar, were disabled or even destroyed by the missile and left here, with the other elements having been moved away, which is what we can see in this screenshot here. I guess being moved away in case the S-400 launcher detonates, or in case of a follow-up strike. You can see how they're all now spread much further apart. It is possible some of the others were damaged as well. The targeted vehicles are the ones highlighted in blue, near the 2 support vehicles. It's possible some of those launchers were close enough to get hit by shrapnel and that sort of thing, depending on the munition that was used to hit them. The video that we see of the launch translates to MLRS missile launch as shown here, so this was likely ATACMS. Here's the geolocation done by Cyberboroshona on Twitter. So this S-400 system was in the area around the red dot in the field. Let's zoom out a bit. So this is just north of Kursk city, nearly 90 kilometers from the border with Ukraine. Now, I can't say for certain, but this might be the deepest ATACMS strike yet into Russia. But as it's still in the region of Ukraine's Kursk special military operation, we can't say that the restrictions on ATACMS use have been lifted for deeper strikes into Russia yet. I would consider that to have happened when the strikes are hitting targets not specifically related to Kursk or Kharkiv. So a solid strike by Ukraine here, hitting a launcher and a radar of the S-400, Russia's newest SAM system in use. For radar, the key target here, as each battery of S-300 and S-400 features multiple launchers, but shares two types of radar. For the S-400 it's the 91N6E and the 92N2E. One's a detection radar, the other one is target acquisition. So taking out the radar knocks the entire battery offline. Two more strikes by Ukraine here, not as interesting, but worth a look. I'll have a look at these and then look at the Kursk map overall. First, this short video here shows a Russian MTLB mounted with rocket launcher from a BM-21 grad, seen in the field, firing its rockets. There's a cut of a video and we see a HIMARS strike hitting the building, reported to be the MTLB's hiding spot. You can see inside the warehouse after it's destroyed by HIMARS, something burning amidst the ruins afterwards. Reported to be the MTLB, but it could be something different, as we can't see for certain. But I thought it worth a quick look anyway. Here's the geolocation of the warehouse that was destroyed. I don't have a location for the MTLB where it was originally. Zoomed out, you can see this is near settlements Volokonsk and Chubarovka. In deep states, this shows that the MTLB would have been supporting operations in the northern part of the Kursk special military operation. Here's an image of an MTLB mounted with a grad launcher. I actually quite like the MTLB. It's a pretty good and very versatile vehicle. We've seen many different modifications of these MTLBs, such as here, mounted with grad tubes, mounted with anti-tank guns, mounted with anti-submarine rocket launchers to be used in a anti-ground role, mounted with cannons from ships, mounted with Zu-22 AA guns. These seem very easily to modify and rig up for different roles, so they're quite good vehicles in that respect. Well over 1,000 of all variants of the MTLB have been destroyed or captured so far. Surprisingly, Oryx doesn't show any MTLB with grad tubes listed as destroyed or captured. So, this is looking like the first. This grad modification was suggested during the Soviet period, and a few prototypes were made, but it was never officially put into service and the concept was scrapped. I don't know if this MTLB hit here is a recent modification of the concept, or if it's one of the surviving prototypes dusted off and sent to the front lines. Back in August, we saw a photo of one of these being sent to the front lines in Kursk on a trailer, seen in the screenshot here. It isn't known how many of this modification of the MTLB Russia actually has. So, let's check out now our final video. This one shows a Russian tank creeping around some fields and trees. We actually don't see what hit it, but after a small cut, we see the tank with smoke coming from its rear, attempting to hide in the trees. The spotter drone keeps an eye on it, and we then see a detonation from the tank. I don't know if this was a delayed detonation from whatever hit it first, or if artillery or a drone hit the damaged tank again. Regardless, the end result is the same, and Russia has one less tank. This was geolocated by Twitter user Moklassen to be here, fittingly next to a cemetery, which if we zoom out you can see is in Glushkovo, Ukraine's key target in the Kursk region. And with the bridges destroyed and the pontoons being hit on a regular basis, it'll be difficult for Russia to bring replacement tanks into the region. So I guess now it's time to check the situation in Kursk as it stands, and there's been no changes at all since we last looked at Kursk. The front lines here seem pretty much completely static, and it's become a bit of a stalemate. Russia's counterattack seems to have pitted out at the outskirts of Lyubimovka, after successfully recapturing Snagost and relieving Ukrainian pressure on Koronivo, but that's now been halted. Ukraine's own new push in the south looks to have halted outside Veseloa. No movement at all since we last looked at it. Whether that stalemate lasts and things settle down now, or if Ukraine can break the defence of Veseloya and capture it, we're all going to have to wait and see. Also remember that Ukraine has reportedly crossed the border and entered Tekkino too. So another area here we need to keep an eye on. Again, no movements or changes reported from here. Now it could be that Ukraine just isn't reporting anything or sharing information from this region, and progress may have been made, but we will have to wait for more information to be certain. Now before I finish, I'm going to play a video for a new fundraiser from Alex. He's a soldier in the Ukrainian army, and a friend of Alexander from the charitable foundation Rebirth Energy. who you may remember we've done numerous fundraisers for in the past. He is currently serving in the Kursk region, being sent there recently. He is requesting a fundraiser for a pickup truck to help out there. I will play his video message and the donation PayPal is in the description. Big thanks to everybody who can help out. Thanks very much and take care, everybody.
Вітаю весь волелюбний світ. До вас звертаються бійці Вінницької територіальної оборони. Ми у перший день війни добровільно прийшли боронити нашу землю. За ці 2,5 роки довелось повоювати на різних ділянках фронту. І кінця війні не видно. Але ми готові продовжувати нашу боротьбу. Бракує лише засобів. Звертаємось до всіх, кому не байдужа доля України. Ми збираємо 6,5 тисяч євро для того, щоб придбати пікап Ford Ranger. Він вкрай необхідний для моєї роти вогневої підтримки, для виконання бойових завдань. Тому всі, кому не байдужа Україна, ми просимо, підтримайте нас, підтримайте нашу боротьбу. Слава Україні!